See you when I get home.
Max clicked to end the call, then instantly felt bad for taking it out on Jen. He fired off an apologetic sorry for being snappy text, adding an extra X on the end for good measure. It wasn't the waitress's fault his dad hadn't showed either, and he dropped a handful of coins in the tip jar on his way out. Screw him. His loss. Disappointment turned to frustration, frustration to anger. He'd been stood up by a few girls before, but never by a parent, and decided on a new destination before he even reached the car. He slid into his Audi, cursing under his breath as his knee cracked against the steering column. It was half an hour's drive to his dad's street from here. Max made it in just shy of 23 minutes, running 2 debatable amber lights and incurring the wrath of an old lady in a white Nissan that he had cut off, who shocked him with her impressive arsenal of hand gestures. Woodside was as suburban as its name suggested. No street or avenue tagged on the end, just the one name, like the Adele or Madonna of town planning. Trees lined both sides of the road like a guard of honour. Canopies of green flecked with the first burnt orange of autumn. A stone's throw away from Woodford Golf Club, all the houses were a variation on the same template. Two-tone white cladding and exposed brick. The kind of street that made you feel underdressed when you came to visit. Max rang the bell, following up with a knock even before the chimes had faded away. He could feel his fuse burning shorter with every second. No sign of life. He knocked again, leaning over to peer through the front window.
If you're looking for Gordon, you're 2 days too late.
Max spun around to see an elderly man in a white cotton shirt and dark green corduroy trousers shuffling along the path of the house next door.
What do you mean, 2 days too late? He was here on Wednesday morning, at least I'm pretty sure it was him, loading boxes into a car, and he's not been back since. I'm assuming he's moved, although I never saw a for sale sign. Didn't really know him well enough to ask, mind you.
He sold his house.
Either that, or he's just had one hell of a big clear-out.
The old man wheezed a dry laugh at his own joke.
Sorry, I'm just kidding around, but yes, I'm pretty sure he has. Saw a young lady here twice last week, driving a car with some logo plastered on the side. Beacon something or other.
Beacon Estates. Max had seen their slogan plastered on billboards and winced at their cheesy radio ads promising to sell your property in record time or you don't pay a penny.
They're the ones,
said the old man, his smile making a web of creases spread outwards from his mouth like ripples in a pond.
And I'm sorry, how rude of me. I'm Jerry White, and you are?
I'm Max Brennan.
You and Gordon work together, or are you just a friend?
Max let out a big sigh, like a balloon deflating. I'm his son.
His son?
Said White, bushy eyebrows bouncing up like caterpillars on a trampoline.
I didn't even know he had any family.
Funny, said Max. Neither did he till 3 weeks ago. Jake Porter loved his job. Or at least the 10% of it that felt like it made a difference. The buzz of making an arrest, of breaking a suspect's crappy alibi into pieces. The rest of it had far too much paperwork and waiting around for things to happen for his liking. That was the part they never showed you in CSI or Line of Duty type dramas on TV. The last 3 hours of his life fell into this latter category. Andrew Patchett had disappeared into the Holiday Inn at Wembley Park almost 3 hours ago, according to a tip-off. The barman confirmed he'd served him around that time and that he'd had a young lady with him. Porter scanned the rows of windows, wondering which one Patchett might be looking out of. It wasn't the prettiest of hotels, and without the green holiday...